Hello, welcome back. This is Game 3. You're watching Modern Magic for the Modern Man. We're playing some blue, white, red control. Trying to do some controlling things. This hand is okay. If we can draw some lands, I think we're going to be in good shape. So yeah, right now we are 1-1. We went 2-0 the first game, and then we went 0-2 the next. So that's how this game goes sometimes. Starting off with a Flooded Strand. I think I'm going to fetch a couple duels here. I'm going to get a blue-white and then a blue-red. Watery Grave. So if this is a shadow type deck, that's kind of what we want. We're getting Inquisition here. I'm going to go ahead and fetch in response so that I don't have to do anything else this turn. I know that's probably wrong. No. To, fetch so that they can, get a better idea of sculpting out our plays. But, I'm lazy. I like clicking yield until end of turn. Alright, I take the Snapcaster Mage, aka Blocker Extraordinaire. Yeah, I'm going to keep the land and put the Gearhulk on the bottom. I don't plan on fetching because I do want to draw this land coming up. It's another blue-white duel, so I don't have to really worry about opponent thought scouring themselves. The really only thing I need the extra white for is the double white for Supreme Verdict. It's nice to have incidental extra colors when you need them. Put this into play tapped and pass the turn. So now I can hold up negate, hold up path, whatever I need, I've got it available. Yep, so by the way my opponent's playing, it's no doubt a shadow deck. Opponent is Snapcastering, Maging, something. They're going to get the Inquisition. Well, I think I'm going to negate this Inquisition. Not really interested in them taking another card from my hand. Ooh, I drew another Snapcaster Mage. Well, that is just awfully delightful. Planning on taking 2 here, fetching a red land at the end of my opponent's turn. Then I can electrolyze the Snapcaster Mage to get him off the board. Serum Visions. It's a good play. That's a good play. Opponent goes bottom and top. Death Shadow's coming down now. Steam Vents. No, no need. Ooh, Cryptic Command is pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and path. Hold up. I don't think I want to path. Because if they've got Stubborn Denial, I can't really do anything about it. And then I take a bunch of damage. I think the best play here is to take some damage. Maybe path it on their draw step. I know that, missing a land drop there was kind of big for me. Because then I could path it and then have snap negate back up. But unfortunately I don't get that luxury. Okay, so Path to Exile sticks. Yeah, I'm more than happy to take another 2 hits here, 2 points of damage. Just a threat and a counter spell. Another Death Shadow. Makes sense. Opponent's doing a good job at sequencing their threats one at a time. Yeah, I want both damage on him. So the main reason I'm doing this is to draw the card. Yeah, I'm still worried about getting hit with Stubborn Denial, so I'm going to go ahead and just Supreme Verdict. If my opponent plays another threat next turn, I still have Snap Supreme Verdict. As bad as that feels, it's an option. So yeah, now my opponent's out of threats. I think the last Hallowed Fountain would be a good land to have. Ooh, a mountain. Not exceptional. So this is right where I want to be with my Death Shadow opponent. We're just playing, you know, draw go, and the board is completely empty. I want this other Supreme Verdict. I do not want a Lightning Bolt. So any threat that they top deck, I can counter. And then anything that does actually stick that I can't counter will get swept up with the Supreme Verdict. Logic Knot's another great draw. Of course, I've got a graveyard full of cards. Alright, we're going to get hit with a Thoughtseize here. I think I need to counter that. I think. Can I snap negate 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then have a bunch of mana up for Logic Knot? I think that's fine. Oh, you know what I just realized? I missed lethal here. Maybe I haven't, because this is still on a stack. I can bolt my opponent and then flashback lightning bolt. Oh, but I tapped my mountain. Ooh. Oh man. How bad am I at this game? Oh buddy. Oh buddy. Alright. We'll snap back negate. I will reluctant. Well, I could have done Electrolyze. I think Electrolyze would have also won me the game. Oh, I'm so bad at this game. So bad. I am sorry, folks. I am so sorry. Another Thoughtseize. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hang on now. They're going to take 2. I'm just going to bolt them in response and let them take whatever they want. And then I'll win the game from there. Because I'll be able to attack for 2. I have Logic Knot and Cryptic Command to really just tap down their threats or get rid of it or counter it, whatever I need to do. I'm gonna have any. I think any two of these cards lets me win with Snapcaster Mage on the board. But yeah, I completely missed lethal. That was on me. Yeah, hopefully, if my opponent, if they have a handful of Death Shadows or whatever, they can survive. But I suppose Logic Knot could be countered from this point. And I suppose I let it. Oh, Fatal Push is a thing. I feel so bad fighting over this. Yeah, I think I just let it go. So a Death Shadow here is absolutely lethal because of my mishaps. Oh boy. Oh, and a Lightning Helix off the top. I'll just go ahead and send that in. From T-Row UTK with love. Well, so that game took a little bit longer than it should have, but I think we got there. Oh boy. Oh boy. I like Counterflux. I don't like Is It Staticaster. Engineered Explosives is pretty meh. Dispel maybe. Timely. Ruined Halo is not bad, but it's not my favorite. I just copied and pasted this sideboard. I really don't like Ruined Halo at all. Like, not even a little bit. But I think it works here. Blessed Alliance is neat. Yeah, I don't think anything else in here is really that exceptional. Engineered Explosives is also a maybe. It's just for Death Shadow. That's its only purpose here. Although they were great that game, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Helix, you got to go. Electrolyze, you also don't do that much. I probably want to keep some number of those. Probably. Maybe. I just hate Ruined Halo. I just don't think it's a good card. I guess if I play one on Death Shadow and another one on Tassiger or Gurmag Angler, I'm in good shape. I don't know how much enchantment removal they have. Celestial Purge is awesome. Yeah, so we won game one, so we get just a little bit of leeway here. I think I'll try this setup. It feels so bad. It feels so bad. But I think we're just going to roll with it. Just my opponent, their deck is just, they don't have that many threats, so the more removal I have for their threats, the better. And Lightning Bolt, Electrolyze just doesn't cut it. Just doesn't remove anything. Maybe Snapcaster Mage, but I don't, 2 damage a turn in comparison to, the 4 or 5 or 8 or 13 that I'm taking from Death Shadow. Grixis, Gurmag Angler, and Tassiger. Yeah, this hand is fine. I have a ton of removal. And we got this crappy Ruined Halo. Talking bad about Ruined Halo because I know what it does. I know its purpose. I'll be very interested if my opponent takes it. really suspect they'll take a Path or maybe Blessed Alliance, depending on, you know, how many threats they have in their hand. Play Colonnade. Not really anything else to do. If my opponent lands a Death Shadow here, then good for them. They're doing it right. Obviously, I'm doing it wrong. There's some graveyard hate. Again, you know, I'm playing all these decks with Snapcaster Mage, but here's where I shrug my shoulders. I don't care. Island. Yeah. Just going to power out these Colonnades here. Not in a real rush to play Ruined Halo. I'd really like to play it, you know, in response to a threat that they produce. This is very interesting. So one thing I don't like about the sideboard is there's just no graveyard hate. Like, Crumble to Dust is awful. And, you know, I've already said my piece about Ruined Halo. I think we need half a dozen of Rest in Peace. Inquisition of Kozilek is fine. Of course, we've just drawn lands since the last time we were Inquisition, so... Opponent did end up taking Ruined Halo. Interesting. Yeah, and we are continuing to draw lands. I'm pretty sure I boarded out all of the red cards in the deck. No, there's still an Ajani, and I did board in Counterflux. Okay. I still don't care. I'm still gonna delay the red mana. As long as I can. And we're still drawing lands. Still drawing lands. I think it's about time I start fetching. To kind of reduce the number of lands I have to play. This is a 25 land deck. We do want to play land every turn, but I have enough lands for the next 3 turns. So drawing something else would be fine. I wouldn't complain too much. Snapcaster Mage for probably a Thoughtseize. Yep. We're getting rightly stripped away here. Again, when all of your threats end up in the graveyard, or all of your spells end up in the graveyard, you don't cast any of them. Not a good way to win. So of course, Blessed Alliance here is less useful now that Snapcaster's on the board. My opponent took it? What were they thinking? I'm happy about Think Twice. Yeah, I'll just keep playing fetch lands. Think Twice is great. Think Twice does what I want it to do. It draws me some cards. Opponent's jamming with the Snapcaster Mage. Come on over, buddy. Looks like we're getting delved here. Yep. That's fine. I'll just go ahead and throw a Sling of Path to Exile at him. My opponent will probably counter it, which I'm fine with. I'll just go ahead and think twice about that. Drew a Snapcaster Mage, so fine. Counter away, my friend. Oh man, excellent timing. Excellent timing. Engineered explosives for nothing. Nope, I plan on just taking my beats this turn. It's almost like my opponent knew I drew Snapcaster Mage. All in good fun, all in good fun here. Ruined Halo. Sounds good. Let's jam it. I'll do this one, and then this one. Let's see if this gets countered. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. Yep, another counter spell. Makes sense. I think I can take approximately one more hit here. I'm gonna just an approximation. Opponent's gonna do that thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna give them a Serum Visions, which I'm sure they're more than happy to take. And that really tells how weak my hand is. You know, if I'd given him something like Death Shadow, then I don't know, maybe they just take that. And thinking I have a sweeper, which I don't. But hey, a man can dream. A man can dream. Went bottom and top with the Serum Visions. I get a Serum Visions of my own. What do I find? I find a land. I don't think I have enough mana to cast a Johnny here. 1, 2 for Snapcaster Mage. Serum Visions. Oh, I do. Oh, but I have to shuffle it away with the Flooded Strand. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. No, I don't. No, I don't have to shuffle it away. I can draw it first. Man, I am so bad at this game. I apologize. Blue. Of course, Stubborn Denial here wins the game. Even Snap Stubborn Denial is in there. I want both of... Oh my gosh. I can't believe I just did that. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, not the best showing there. Not the best. We were Inquisition to Oblivion, and then I made a huge mistake, and that costed me the game. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep what I've got. I don't see any reason to bring in these other things here. Alrighty then. This hand looks fine. I'm going to keep it. Opponent mulliganing to 6. So yeah, this is the type of matchup we want to see with this deck. This Death Shadow deck is fairly weak to what we're doing. They keep a card on top. Just playing a lot of unconditional removal. Now what? So now the blue-white deck was absolutely outstanding against this Shadow deck, and we do make it a little bit weaker by playing, the lightning bolts and the electrolyzes. That portion of our game plan doesn't do a whole lot, but and like I said, we don't have a lot in our graveyard and our sideboard to deal with graveyards. So my opponent, they brought in Nihil Spellbomb, but I would just much rather be able to board out my Snapcaster Mages for some rested pieces, because my opponent, they're interested in getting rid of my graveyard, and I just remove my graveyard interaction altogether to get rid of theirs. So that way I don't care about what they're doing, and what I'm doing actually does impact what they're doing. Does that make sense? I feel like that was a little rambly and doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh boy. So my opponent's got some sequencing here to do. I will let them do it. Alright, we got a Blood Crypt. The Bloods and the Crypts are entering the battlefield. Untapped or tapped? Fairly certain that untapped is the right answer. But you never know. Never know. They could board out all their Death Shadows and become a Grixis control deck, for all I know. I'm not a genius. I just play this game. Taking 2. Probably going to get Thought Seized. What's the difference? Inquisition, Thought Seized, same thing. The difference is Inquisition can't take Supreme Verdict, which is one of my best cards here in this matchup. It's slightly worse now that they've seen it and they know it exists, but, it is what it is. Well, they take Ruined Halo. Interesting. Interesting. Go ahead and get me a Hallowed Fountain here. Nope. I wish Magic Online would just remember the size of the windows. So now that I've drawn that, I can fetch an island at the end of my opponent's turn and play Think Twice. Another thing that this deck is missing over the blue-white deck is that there's not a lot of sustained card draw. I mean, we do have 2 copies of Think Twice and 4 Serum Visions, but we're missing some number of Remand, and we're missing the Spreading Seas. My opponent Thought Scoured. They got rid of a Serum Visions on a Street Wraith. That's a pretty good hit, if you ask me. Torrential Gearhulk sounds pretty awesome. Fortunately, it doesn't have a whole lot of utility at the moment. Just going to go ahead and tap in a Colonnade. Alright, we're about to get Snap Inquisitioned here. So the only thing that Inquisition can hit is Path to Exile. So I'll just go ahead and burn it. So my opponent should be out of basics now. Yeah, I think there's just this edge, right, of saving 2 life that I might need to spend later over revealing a new card to them is worth it. Did I say that backwards? Yeah, I don't feel like revealing a new card to my opponent. Spellbomb hits the yard. Collective Brutality is going to take my Supreme Verdict, so sad face. And Death Shadow or a Delve threat coming down now. So yeah, my opponent, you know, their game plan's working, you know, in full force here. They're able to eliminate all of my removal and then produce a threat. Yeah, they're able to disrupt my hand enough to get ahead of me. So luckily my threat is just a tiny, teensy, weensy little bit bigger than theirs. Somebody's bigger. Oh, I can flashback think twice, right? I think I forgot about that. Never actually played with think twice. Let me fetch first. Oh man, the justice. The justice. Yep, I'm going to tap in the Sacred Foundry. Probably could have played it untapped. Well, no, I don't block too good against this guy. So obviously the Path to Exile Mana Leak combo is in full effect here. Liliana the Last Hope is going to eat this Mana Leak. Could be Stubborn Denial. Hey, that's the risk I'm choosing to run here. Opponent may have more things to do. So, yeah, Death Shadow is finally live. Blessed Alliance is pretty neat. I'm going to play this Glacial Fortress. And I plan on Blessed Alliancing my opponent here. Alright, we're going to use Tasigur now. Sounds good. Yeah, you're never going to get back Stubborn Denial. Never ever. Maybe give him the Spell Bomb. It's actually a tough decision here. Because if I give them Liliana, they can get Death Shadow back anyway, right? Yeah. What to do, what to do, what to do. Have they played a land this turn? I don't think they have. Yeah, they have not. I think I'm just going to give them a Death Shadow. I play it. Yeah, they don't attack. They don't attack because they know I've got the Gear Hulk, and I can just flash back a path. I kind of feel like doing that anyway. Do they have any way to remove the Gear Hulk? I'm not sure that they do. And if I attack, I can untap him with Blessed Alliance. And we'll flashback path now. Yes? Question mark? And I'll pass Tasker. So if my opponent has another basic, I'll actually be surprised. Alright, and they don't. Free removal is good removal. That's actually a pretty nice draw. Yeah, I don't want to swing in because it'll grow the Death Shadow. I'll be falling right into my opponent's trap. Yeah, I just cannot think of any way for my opponent to remove this guy. Negate is pretty awesome. I didn't use the Lighthouse. Darn you, Tyler. Okay, I'm just going to pass the turn back. And remember to use the Lighthouse this time to ditch the Steam Vents. There's a land. I'm going to discard Steam Vents. And then I'm just going to play Think Twice. I'm fairly happy with that sequence there. Ooh, Snapcaster Mage. Seems good, seems good. Yep. So I will go ahead and play the Scalding Tarn. I do think I need some more mana. I'm just so tempted to attack. Thoughtseize for my opponent. I'll go ahead and just nip that in the bud. I don't feel like dealing with that. Also, it buffs their guys. Thoughtseize is strip a card, add 4 power to the board. My opponent might be considering countering this, because these guys can become 4/4s here in just a hot minute by leaving this untapped. And then actually I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Snapcaster Mage for my opponent. Flashing back Stubborn Denial. Well, luckily now Thoughtseize is live, or Mana Leak is live. Grab another island. Yeah, not going to get a chance to use this, so I might as well burn it. Seems like an awful lot of effort to fight over a Thoughtseize. But again, what it does to the board is kind of a big game. Yeah, I think I just let them counter the Thoughtseize, but I just put counter the negate, but I'll throw this on the Thoughtseize. I don't think it really matters. It's just once these guys gain 6 power, it's just going to be important that I'm able to... Oh boy. It's just going to be important that I'm able to bless an alliance one away. Oh man, I didn't think twice again. Oh man. Yeah, so on their upkeep now, I'm going to path one of their shadows. I'll use this one. So and getting rid of one of the death shadows actually makes this Blessed Alliance just that much better. My opponent can now attack. Interesting. I actually have lethal on the swing back, don't I? Do I block? Let's see, my opponent, they can pump them up to 7s. Yeah, if this Blessed Alliance gets countered, I'm kind of out of luck, aren't I? So I better block one. So now that I've taken damage, I can still cast this. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Oh, hold on. 4 life. Untap. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. Yeah, I didn't realize this was target player gains 4 life. If I had realized that, I would have used it ages ago. Yeah, so really I could have double blocked. Yep. Want to remember to think twice here. Interesting. Opponent is living on the edge. Going to 6. Thinking twice. Logic Knot is good. Ooh, encrypted command. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, I think I'm just going to attack here. Yeah, I think I'm just strong enough, and just a strong enough a position that I can. That's got to be blue. Yep. And I drew a Runed Halo. Interesting. Yep. And now I'm going to Logic Knot this. Opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do it 8. Activate Colonnade for the win. It's a little aggressive. Of course, Fatal Push is live to kill Colonnade. Yep. See what my opponent draws. Serum Visions. Staying alive. Ha 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 ha. Staying alive. Staying alive. And they concede. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Our control deck successfully controlled the Shadow player, and we powered ahead to victory. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next